In August, Army Tactical Missile System MGM-140 missiles, abbreviated as ATACMS, will be delivered to Ukraine. This has already been announced in Ukraine and the United States. This means that Ukraine will be able to hit targets at a distance of up to 300 kilometers, and this will greatly affect the course of hostilities. Such missiles will become an unbearable burden for the Russian troops. The entire military infrastructure that the Russians built on the occupied territory of Ukraine will be destroyed. Missiles are designed to hit enemy point targets. These can be command posts, missile launchers, air defense facilities, communication centers, and ammunition depots. In addition, ATACMS can operate in all weather conditions and at any time of the day. The missile can be launched using the M270 multiple rocket launcher or HIMARS. On August 8th, Washington announced a $1 billion new aid package. This aid will consist almost entirely of ammunition for HIMARS launchers and cannon artillery. Some experts suggest that Ukraine will also receive several ATACMS missiles. And then, at the end of the month, a lot of such missiles will be delivered. Perhaps the US wants to hand over these missiles quietly. Now the Russian army has adapted to the new conditions of warfare. With the help of HIMARS, the Ukrainians destroyed over 100 strategic ammunition stockpiles and many other important targets. The Russians have begun to form new depots at depths where standard HIMARS missiles cannot reach them. From there, they transport ammunition by trucks directly to the front line. This made the war much more difficult for the Russians. They had to use thousands of trucks and hundreds of additional workers for this. Because of this, the intensity of shelling by Russian artillery dropped sharply. Now Ukraine is in dire need of longer-range missiles. ATACMS missiles will make it possible to destroy almost all the remaining Russian military infrastructure within Ukraine. The use of these missiles could put an end to Russia's ability to wage war. ATACMS missiles and intelligence from American satellites will allow Ukraine to dominate the entire territory within the Ukrainian borders. Russia will have no place to hide its ammo dumps and command posts. Any strategic target will be destroyed. This is a long arm that can reach almost any target within Ukraine. The MGM-140 ATACMS missile itself costs $1 million. As of 2018, more than 3,850 ATACMS missiles have been produced in the United States. About 600 of them have already been used in other military operations. After that, Lockheed Martin received at least 2 contracts to manufacture nearly 800 modern versions of these missiles. The Ukrainian military noted that even delivering 100 ATACMS missiles in the short term could significantly affect the balance of power. Their use can make it possible to cut the main supply routes at a significant distance from the front line. One of the main Russian routes passes just through the well-known Kerch Bridge. If it is possible to at least damage and disable it, this will cut off the entire southern grouping of Russian troops from supplies. And then it will not even be necessary to hunt for depots with ammunition. Russia will no longer be able to supply its troops with rail transport, which is the main one. And if they repair the bridge, Ukraine will strike again. Then the Russian army will be forced to switch to military ammunition supply exclusively by road. And for this, they need to rebuild the entire supply logic and shorten the front line. In fact, Russia itself can leave the whole south of Ukraine if the Crimean bridge is destroyed. Such a paradoxical situation can happen. One of the conditions put forward by Washington is not to strike at the territory of Russia. And Ukraine is ready to fulfill this condition, but it does not apply to Crimea. After all, Crimea is a recognized territory of Ukraine. This means that Ukraine has the right to strike at any targets on the territory of the peninsula. And I assure you, when Ukraine receives ATACMS missiles, they will strike not only on the Crimean bridge, but also on the Russian Navy, located in Sevastopol. This is also a very important target, because it is there where the Russians load their ships and submarines with caliber missiles, and then fire these missiles at Ukrainian cities. Previously, the United States was wary of transferring these missiles to Ukraine to avoid provoking Russia into reckless actions, such as using a tactical nuclear strike. But now, these fears are apparently dissipating, and the United States is ready for more decisive action. The good news is that the United States is ready to lead Ukraine to victory. US Secretary of State Anthony Blinken said that if the US allows Russia to capture Ukraine, this will lead to the fact that the world will begin this season of such wars. The entire world security system will be violated. Therefore, it is crucial now to resist Russian aggression until victory.